Alrighty then, welcome back to J&J Monday on a Sunday. We had a 2-week hiatus. I hope everybody enjoyed their Halloween, had a safe Halloween. We just had the New York City Marathon. It is cold and rainy outside, but we're inside in Starbucks, via Starbucks. We got a lot to talk about with that is Pokemon news and fun and excitement. But before I get on, I have a few announcements to make. One, future of this channel. I have not discussed this. I don't know why, Josh, you have turned off your microphone.
Because I'm going to be eating crunchy food, and I don't think the viewers want to hear the crunch, crunch, crunch every 5 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I go, Josh Akin, as always, my host, along with my other host, simply known as Kat. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Yo! It's kind of sad, though. I was hoping Reb would even the playing field, but Reb decided to take his little vacation.
Yeah, he's
hopefully
today was sort of his day of rest since the last week has been busy for him. So I didn't remind him about the podcast last night. I just allow him to, catch up on rest. And so when I mentioned the podcast, he's like, maybe.
Okay. So we do have a lot to discuss here, but before I do that, I have to discuss things of the future of the channel. From now until whenever, this channel is going to be focusing solely on entertainment-related issues. We will dive into some serious issues, but I want to keep it close net towards fandom, entertainment news, movie news, stuff that is affecting the entertainment world. They will be diving into some crazy stuff, but only in weird news format. I want to keep it pretty much in sync. Also, we'll be diving in both that pilot episode that I have, which I will have to talk to you about because I'm kind of worried. I didn't see him on Twitter. It's concerning me, Josh. We're going to do pretty much a new format because we have.
Oh, Omar, I tried tagging him something last night, and I didn't really see him on Twitter.
I haven't seen him in 20 months. But we're all going to do a European crossover because there are lots of stuff that which I just now came to my attention thanks to Kat about a Pokemon movie, which I didn't know came out with even existing. But then again, there's that Pixar Coco. I don't know what the hell that looks like poster, but we'll talk about that later. So we're going to try and mix it up to basically have more variety, but I want to keep it more fun. I don't want to bring it down unless there's something that I just simply can't avoid, something serious that involves pretty much everyone in the world scale. But that's how we're going to do this show coming in on now. As for mid-season finale, there isn't going to be no mid-season finale. We will have a break. We will have a break around December, around mid-January. That's the holiday season. I don't like doing anything around Christmas and New Year's. And right after that, we're going to continue right on until at least about mid-February. That's when we're going to have pretty much our season finale. But we're going to also have not one, not two, but 3 panels. These panels will be related to Star Wars. These panels are going to be related towards the future of movies. We're going to be talking about the movies that's coming out this year, as well as movies in the international circuit. I don't know if you guys noticed, there's a lot of films that did not come out in the U.S. and will not come out in the U.S., only in certain selected theaters or just basically DVD. One of the films that I'm actually looking to find, and it's not easy to find, is Goodbye Christopher Robin, a film that discussed about the person who created the Winnie the Pooh film, Winnie the Pooh stories, and the story behind it, if you don't know the history, is pretty much kind of tragic and kind of sad, especially what this man went through, especially how it affected Christopher Robin, the real life Christopher Robin, to the point where he became almost estranged to his family members. So there's a whole lot of stuff that we don't know about. Unfortunately, it's not a mainstream film, which I'm kind of upset about it. I understand that British movies, you can protest to that because you are, of course, in the UK, Kat. British films are not directed and paced the same as most of the U.S. films. In fact, you can easily tell the difference right away just by the pacing alone. They have a very different style of how they do their dramas, and I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons why we didn't see a mainstream release. But it is out there. It's in British theaters. It is in certain selected theaters here. But this is some of the stuff we wanted to really discuss about because it is a big difference between the European releases as well as just foreign releases as well versus the films that most people assume that only comes out in Hollywood. There are more than one Hollywood, as of course. There is a European Hollywood. There's even a European Academy Awards. So we'll be just going that as we go deeper. Basically, again, we're going to be just basically keeping it more fun based towards entertainment, towards fandom. Of course, you have our two ladies here who are huge Animorphs fans. God knows why.
Not at this time.
So we're going to basically. It seems to be more better flowing to stay within that platform, and I think in many audiences like it better to keep it in that. Plus, every now and then, but
Oh boy.
Oh God, he's fading. Stay with us, Druckerly. Stay with us.
I think
To-
we
to-
animorphed him out of
Oh God, he just cracked your.
Come back. Help.
Come back. Yeah, your like voice is like we're hearing
before we
every
get to
fifth word.
You are extremely segmented, sir.
The internet cannot
not-
handle Jocker Lee.
He mentioned
So-
animorphs and everything broke.
actually, so,
You need to check your connection, Jocker Lee.
when we want to. Thank you, froze. Okay. Okay, I got it. My connection's good. I don't know what happened there earlier, but I do have to apologize to my co-stars here, my co-podcasters, for not being around for 2 weeks. Joshua knows more of the details because I actually kept up with them as well as Rab. But we've been having a serious issue, and that issue has gone to the point where they was doing a lot of illegal, underhanded stuff that I had to take care of. I do want to say thank you to my co-stars. Thank you for those who was concerned. I wish I can tell you more details about what happened, but unfortunately, this is still going on. And as you all know, people who want to do great harm can easily use the World Wide Web, particularly YouTube or anything else that is social media. So for legal reasons, I'm not going to go too deep into it live. Those who know it, those who I've talked about this, knows what I'm going through. But needless to say, it is a very, very serious situation. And I will give you guys one advice here, especially for those who are looking to rent a room. All right. I cannot stress this more. Know your rights as a tenant. Know your rights as a person who is renting. Make sure the person that's renting to you knows if that room is up to code with the state laws. But most importantly, make sure that person writes a receipt for every time you pay that person rent, whether it's weekly, monthly. No, this is very important because these people, especially scam artists, will try and take advantage of you not knowing your rights as a tenant. All right. And that's the thing that I actually have to go through because, again, this ain't my first time around the rodeo. I've dealt with problems like this before, and I know my rights because I went through the system before. I know what they can and cannot do. Don't think that if because you're renting a room or if just an apartment that if they can just do whatever the hell you want. You are a renter, but most importantly, you have rights, and it is the responsibility of the renter / landlord to make sure that you're in a safe environment. The room is safe. There's no fire hazard or no anything else. So please be mindful of that. This goes for anyone who owns renting an apartment or rooms. And if you're going to try and rent a room for a real estate agency, make sure that real estate agency knows where they're placing you and make sure that place is up to par. All right. Don't just take the first thing you see. Be mindful of the laws and the regulations, housing regulations that is out there. It's not private. It's made public. And with that being said, this is one of the reasons why you haven't seen me for 2 weeks. And now, with that being said, all right, ladies, you've been waiting 2 weeks for this. And I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. Out of all the card slash handheld game system that's been out there. Pokemon shocked me for being around this long. Again, I watched the show for briefly. Never liked it when they changed characters. I think after season 4 or 5, whatever the hell it was. I know Ash wear a dumb hat, so I said, that's over for me. And they eventually did cancel the TV show. But apparently, Cat, you shocked me
Yes.
by saying there's a 20th movie. Tell me I misheard that.
No,
You
this is the
misheard
20th
that.
movie. Shut up. This
I
is
was-
the 20th
I just
movie.
know of 7. 2 of them was like 1 hour special, like Mewtwo Returns. I don't really count that as a full length feature, but you're telling me there's 20. Educate
are
me
20.
on how it's 20, and I only heard about 7.
I can read you the list.
Oh,
Go right ahead,
yes,
I'm
you
listening.
can.
Okay. So, hang on, let me just do a count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, okay, so there is the original, Mewtwo Strikes Back,
Mm-hmm.
The Power of One, The Spell of Entei, no, there. I'm sorry, I completely misread that.
It's okay.
I'm composed, I swear I'm not completely overexcited about this.
Okay, you're overly excited. Now continue.
I'm just gonna sit here and listen to this. I know what the third one is. Spell of the Unknown.
Yeah, Spell of the Unknown is the third one. Fourth one is Celebi, Voice of the Forest. Fifth is Pokemon Heroes. Sixth is Jirachi Wishmaker. Seventh is Destiny Deoxys. Eighth is Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. Ninth is Pokemon Ranger in the Temple of the Sea. 10th is The Rise of Darkrai. Then after that it's Giratina and the Sky Warrior. Arceus and the Jewel of Life. Zoroark, Master of Illusions. The black and white movies are basically the same thing. It just depends which one you go for, because then you get either one of the 2 in-game legendaries. So that's either black Victini and Reshiram or white Victini and Zekrom.
Now, before you
Then there's,
continue,
Hype.
these are not from the same series. They're from different series, right?
I'm not sure what you mean.
like the
I mean, they're
this
not
isn't
from the
all
original
following
TV series.
Ash. They're not all following Ash.
Yes, they are. Ash is in all of these. It's kind of like a big spin-off adventure compared to the TV series. I didn't hear what you said then, you broke.
Okay.
Okay, come back to
Okay.
us.
Like
Nope.
there's the original series,
I broke
Pokemon
him.
from series 1. There's the original series, right?
There's the TV series, and then there's the movies, which are their own thing. But Ash is still the main hero.
Okay, because they got Pokemon Advanced Generation. That's the second series, which I stopped watching Pokemon after that. I didn't see Diamonds and Pearl because that reminded me of Prince. You're laughing. That's actually one of his albums. He have an album called Diamonds and Pearls.
Shall I continue?
Go ahead.
No, let's talk more about Prince.
Okay. 13, 14, 15 is Kyurem versus the Sword of Justice. And then I believe, just from this list here, because Kyurem was the last film that I have seen. And then it goes on to Meloetta's Midnight Serenade, Genesect and the Legend Awakened. I lie, I've seen the Genesect movie. Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction, Hooper and the Clash of Ages, Volcanion and the Mechanical Marble, and then there's this one that I'm going to see tomorrow night, Pokemon I Choose You.
Okay. And
Although the 20th movie, from what I know, is basically going to be a retelling of how Ash started his journey, but it's not going to be the same as how it originally started because it's going to have a bunch of the newer Pokemon and characters, and there's not going to be any Misty and Brock. And to be
okay.
honest, that upsets me. But I'm not
The
gonna go into
title
that.
Pokemon I Choose You sounds like a romance.
Oh my god.
Doesn't
I
it?
think the first ever episode was called I Choose You, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I know, but still,
Mhm.
if you don't know really about the TV series, you don't know the names of episodes, you hear that
It
and
could
it's
be a dating sim. I want a Pokemon dating sim called I Choose You.
I want an Animorphs dating sim alongside that. I want to,
Yes.
date Tobias.
Well, according
Yes.
to our friendly neighborhood Wikipedia, it's going to be released on the. It's already out in limited releases on November 5th. It has been out since July in Japan. So French and July 6th. Oh wow, oh, wow. France got it first before the UK did. Kind of strange. I'm not going to read the plot synopsis because it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just surprised they had gone this long. Uh, I'm seeing the poster. I actually kind of like the poster. The Japanese poster is pretty good. They got a forest in the background, a Pokeball that looks like it's made out of glass. You see Ash Ketchum, still got that same hat. Um,
Yay,
it,
they go back to the original hat. I am pleased.
yeah, it has the original hat. Um,
Yay.
it looks like, and I don't know what they did with Pikachu though. Little Pikachu don't look like he been through. It looked like he hadn't been through his best. But I'm kind of,
Well, no, that's because
I'm
they get
again, I'm
attacked by
kind of
Spearow.
surprised. Mm-hmm.
In the first
All
episode,
right,
they get
so
attacked by a flock of Spearow, so yeah, that's why he's all beaten up.
he ain't looking big. He looked like he just went on a diet, never came back. Um, but the thing is about this is that the fact is that obviously, like Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh has a couple movies. Well, who are we kidding? Yeah, they got three villains. But Pokemon, unlike Yu-Gi-Oh, let's be real, Yu-Gi-Oh is still popular in the card games and in the TV series. But Pokemon surprised me a little bit as for one reason. After I think the TV series ended in the U.S. because I haven't seen any new TV series since then. Maybe it's on some Cartoon Network show, but it's still very very popular in Japan. The games here, which I never understood. I played it one time and I just put it down and didn't even bother playing again. Still is the most popular hot item to get for Nintendo. Um, there are people like in the Nintendo store in Rockefeller Center in Manhattan, actually lines up for the next Pokemon game, and I'm like, in my own feeling, maybe I'm wrong because you girls play it more than I do. I consider this as being the same old game. Josh, you actually got on a 3DS.
Yeah.
And and then I have my copy of Pokemon Yellow in my hand.
See, so you guys are ready for this. So,
Although I sort of think that probably not even halfway through this episode, my battery's going to run out. So,
but what is it that makes Pokemon, especially in the game format, forget about the TV format, but in the game format that makes it so popular that people will go out and get it? Because to me, I feel like you guys getting the same game. Maybe I'm wrong.
not
Educate
really.
me.
I have not completed a Pokemon game. I playing three sort of in a cycle. Playing one game for a little bit, being a gym or two, and then going back to one of the other games. And so I've Pokemon Heart Gold, White version 2, and Moon have different game mechanics. So yeah, it's the same concept of just going, catching Pokemon, battling, but there's different, things that are happening for different mechanics that are happening for each. Like I like Pokemon Heart Gold in that the one your first Pokemon will be following you around, and you can then go and sort of talk with it, and just it has a few different actions. And with Moon, you can really interact with your Pokemon and clean it, give it little treats that will increase its happiness. And I prefer those two mechanics over White version 2, where you can't really interact with your Pokemon like that, because especially with Moon, it makes the Pokemon actually feel more real. You can like pet it.
Okay, what you? Jesus Christ, Kat, what's your experience? Because she said petting, so obviously I'm going.
Yeah, on the touch screen with the DS Pen, it just sort of gives you that option. But with my experience with the games, it's just been the adventure, it's been the exploring, it's been the discovering of like all the new Pokemon every region, and like just that rush of, I think, dopamine when you like get a new badge and you're just there like, okay, let's get the next one and then beat the Elite Four, and I just want to complete the adventure every time.
Good.
How many Pokemon games you got so far?
Oh God.
Like in total, or how many generations have I got? Because I've got all current 7 generations.
With so many Pokemon, they got the Sun, Moon. I can't wait to have Johnson
shit. And
and
now
Bill
the
yet.
batteries run out, so now I have to save. Luckily, I just gained a level for one of my Pokemon, so.
I do have all the current generations, but for some reason, no, wait, I can tell you exactly why I cannot play Moon. I was excited for it, but I hate it. I cannot play it. It just holds your hand too much. And there's a
Oh yeah, I do
every 2 minutes. I can't play it. I don't like it.
I can definitely understand with holding the hand, because one of the things in previous Pokemon games is you'd have to remember yourself which moves were actually effective. And if I'm playing with against a certain sort of enemy, I'll be fine after a while knowing avoid this or avoid that. Don't waste my time with this. And then
this one just tells you everything.
The moves thing was. After you encounter an enemy once, it will say this is effective, this isn't. What I do like is that in previous Pokemon games, you'd have to waste up some of your Pokemon space by having Pokemon that did certain things. This time, once you complete certain parts or reach certain areas, you get these Pokemon mounts, so you can do useful things without having to take up a Pokemon space just because you need to go through water, cut down bushes or something.
Okay.
I know, but I can definitely understand what Kat's saying about the hand holding, because it definitely holds your hand a lot gentler. So, but
there's a cutscene every 2 minutes. I can't explore because something always interrupts.
You can.
And then on the bottom screen, there's the Pokédex, which is now sentient, which is terrifying, and it keeps saying, "Go directly here to do a thing." I don't want to do the thing. I want to explore.
I've explored areas, but yeah, that thing is like, go this, and it's like, fuck off. I'm going to do this shit first. And I have explored some areas, and I have gotten certain.
Island,
I've gone to the second island when I stopped.
I'm not even at the first town yet. I just gave up.
No, go do it again, Kat. Do it again. I mean, there's some of the versions are cute though.
I know. I want to get a Mimikyu.
Yeah, you can do it, okay, Kat. I finished The Host by Stephanie Meyer, the most horrible piece of shit I have ever read. 3 fucking times. I lost my soul reading it, but I completed it. You can complete Moon, okay? What?
Twilight to this.
It's not Twilight. It's worse. It's not Twilight. It's worse than Twilight.
Oh God, it's not shit. No.
Yeah, okay. So
we're
if I
focusing on the moon a lot.
okay, so if I can, so my point is that if I can complete something painful, so can Cat. I mean,
Okay, I will try.
But the thing
at
I was
least
trying to
there's
curious,
something enjoyable with Moon.
but
I mean, I
Yes.
don't.
but here's the
And
thing. Why is Pokemon?
rereading the host, you find new things to hate, like things that you're like, okay, at least there's this one good thing in the book. It just is erased the next reading.
Okay, so my obviously both of you guys agree that Moon is not one of your favorite ones. Yet you guys
It looks cute,
But-
but the handhold.
Generation 6 is one of my top favorites simply from how cinematic it was. Beautiful storyline, and it just, because 5 let me down. 5 really let me down, and then 6 won me back, and then 7 just pushed me off a cliff.
So my question to you guys is this, because I heard so much stories about this. Both of you, I need to know. All right, one, two questions. One,
Okay.
can you bring the Pokemons that you already had in the previous games to the newer games? And two, I've heard this rumor: is there such thing as breeding now in Pokemon?
Breeding, yes. Transferring, I think with most of the games, you either have to beat the game or get to a certain point that unlocks like a facility to allow you, with 2 separate systems, to do like a trading system or whatever to get your Pokemon to the upper generation. It depends on the game, really. But that has been
Really?
possible since, I think, either Gen 3 or 4. I want to say 4. I want to say Diamond
Okay.
and Pearl because of the DS system being newer and all that. But that was back when the DS had Wi-Fi capabilities, which they shut off years ago. So I don't know if that's possible with the 3DS now.
With the DSi, I was excited to have my first Pokemon game and borrowing Rev's DSi. And then, like, I think it might have been Kat, and I know definitely maybe 1 or 2 others are like, oh, cool, we can trade Pokemon. Or, no, oh yeah, I definitely remember I was talking to Kat, and I was having trouble in white version 2 of catching this one Pokemon, and she's like, oh, I'll just send you it. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do that.
I have a lower system DS. I can't do that.
I can't do that shit. I don't know if it's limited to the game or just the gaming system.
I think it's the system because the Wii had that happen to it as well, so I can't do anything that's not related with the Wii either.
So now we could trade Pokemon in white version 2? Or no?
I think if we try with a 3DS, because I know the 3DS has internet capabilities, or if we were in the same room, we might be able to do it, but we would have to try to find that out.
Yeah, that'll be our testing next episode.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously you guys have played Pokemon a lot because you guys are actually trading in tips now. Besides Prince's album being part of the Pokemon family, I do have to ask.
I did not know that.
How is the one that actually forced regulations in my city, Pokemon Go? How did that change? Because it seemed like it brought new interest to Pokemon that I didn't even really expect it, to the point they actually want to do a live action film. I hope that's just the way they made it.
Pokemon Go isn't Nintendo. It's a Nintendo franchise, but it's not made by Nintendo. It's made by Niantic or something.
But did you ever play it?
I do play it when I'm out of the house. Obviously, we don't have a phone signal here, so I can't get any Pokemon or anything. I have to wait until I'm out of the house. And like in like a town or a city where there is a phone signal to try and do something. Don't ask me about raids. I have not figured out how the hell to work them. I just get told that I can't get my daily pass. I don't know.
I played it for a little bit, and then my basically willingness to go out and walk around stopped when this sort of nerd shop closed down because I would go there, I would walk around a little bit, and then I would rest in there in the AC, catch up on some Pokeballs, get items. Because the nerd shop was a Pokestop. So I could talk with other nerds as I rested, as I replenished items. And so once that was gone, I was like, there's not really a point anymore.
Well, at least Florida and UK didn't have people in New York stopping their cars in the middle of traffic going to Central Park to look for a creature that didn't even exist. Just thought to let you know that will change a lot of rules. People was knocking on people's doors just so they can get in the backyard to catch Pokemon. That's how crazy it was in New York.
That is a crap system because I have been in the car on the road
Mm-hmm.
and I can still catch things even while we're moving. So I don't know why you would have to be that close. If your radar ring hits that Pokemon, then you're fine. You can catch it. Or if it's just on your screen, you can catch it. I don't know why you'd have to get up close and personal.
Yeah, it's insane because you can catch a Pokemon as long as your little, sort of like a ripples in a lakes, goes out. As long as it's in range, you can do it. I mean, I was walked around and there was Pokemon in the street, so I didn't fucking just walk in the middle of the street. I walked as close to the edge of the sidewalk as I needed to, and then I did that.
Hey, people just love taking it two steps too far when it comes to this to the game platform. But it did when they started making. They still got so stops at the Bronx and in New York, but it hasn't been as widespread popular as it once were because of the laws. They have regulated to the point where people say, you know what, enough is enough. So people still play it. It's just not that big of a craze, but it didn't stop. Again, it boggles me because here's the thing: you said something about Nintendo not doing this yet. They still managed to get the license rights to make this app, which pretty much exploded like crazy, to the point where people were actually making YouTube videos discussing the do's and don'ts of using this app. But it also brought a new sense of bringing it back to the US because, again, besides the games, we really did not have an animated series since pretty much the original that actually made such a big impact like that. To the point is, can a live action Pokemon series or Pokemon movie work? Because I never even saw Digimon work, and I was more of a Digimon fan than I was with Pokemon, and that pretty much faded after season 3. Pokemon has a much higher standard rate, staying power next to Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Becoming a live action film, nor do I see Pokemon come live action films. Do you guys disagree?
Zoids would make a better I think that Zoids, the anime series, would make a better live action film, but that's just me talking. I think I would like to see if a live action Pokemon movie can be made, just to see how it turns out.
Josh?
I don't really keep up with Pokemon.
Yes, you do.
The series or the movies, I just don't really care. I mean, even when there's a plot in the game, 9 out of 10 times I'm like, I was having a nice time playing this good game and now a plot just pops along. That was me and whenever in White version 2, like the plot carried on, I'm like, well, I was having a great time until the fucking plot showed up. But actually,
with Generation 5.
Yeah, with Moon though, I actually like I'm more invested in the plot. I don't really mind when plot elements come in. And I sort of like in Heart Gold where there's not really a plot, there's, stuff happens, but it's not really a plot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's because that's a remake of Generation 2. The first 3 generations didn't really have all that much of a storyline.
Oh, that's why I like it. Good enough.
So,
you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Senpai.
All right, so my
No, Kat was going to say
I've got a
something.
thing to say. Thank you. On the subject of a live action movie, I know that at one time, a team on YouTube was going to make a live action film, and they made a beautiful trailer and everything. Okay. They cancelled that, but they have let people see the script, and I will say now, I have permission to do an audio play adaptation of it, so I do plan on doing that in the future.
Oh, kitty.
Woo!
That's great. And I think I know what you're talking about with the project that you were talking about, because I think Lindsay Ellis, aka the Nostalgia Chick, was pretty much tagged to help with that production. Although
It's
I could be wrong, but I know
it's called
what is. I heard you.
Apocalypse.
So,
Apocalypse.
right,
Yeah, Apocalypse.
so I don't know if that was the project. I honestly don't know if that's the project that Lindsay Ellis was supposed to be working on. She did hinted that she was working on a Pokemon project, but I haven't heard anything else since. But who knows? If it does come out, it'd be very fascinating. I think the best thing to do is just basically rebrand the Pokemon anime series. There's obviously a big fan fest, both young and old. Reintroduce the series. I think that's obviously there's a fanfare that will watch it. Would I watch Ash go back on adventure from day one? No, I think Ash should be a grown man by now and have his children go on the adventure, because I can't see Ash at
He's
30.
taken the Philosopher's Stone, so he's always going to be 10 years old.
Yes, he had. Although I would to do with the new movie, I have been saying that if this 20th movie is the complete reboot of the series, and this is like the pilot episode of the complete restarted series, I think I would be fine with that, even if there is no Misty and Brock. I think at this point it needs it.
Why? There's something wrong with Pokemon right now, and who's? I need to know what happened.
Changed the art style, just from what I have seen, they've completely changed the art style. It just looks like crap. I don't know how it sounds, but I'm gonna find out tomorrow. And
I'm looking at the art style now with the movie, and I'm telling you,
it just always seems like if they change the art style, just completely restart everything. I kind of think that like Ash's journey is just kind of dragged on for too long. 20 years being 10, you're gonna get bored of it. Why not just restart?
That's why I said, if they're gonna reboot it, should you please have Ash be a grown man, have his children go out for a change. Pikachu should be dead right now. He's a mouse. Mouse only have a lifespan of 1 year.
Don't! I'm just hanging this shit out there. And you shouldn't just say this. I mean, it's a Pokemon. It's a fictional species. It can live however long it wants to.
No, I don't.
Yes, it does.
Don't I seen the show?
What was that noise that came out of me?
That's my Pokemon fossils in the show.
It's okay. That was
somebody-
sadness, Catsy.
Don't hurt my animals.
Don't hurt our animals,
there's
you
a trailer.
monster.
All right, Josh again, because I know that you won't be able to see this.
I can't see it.
Unfortunately, Josh can see it. I'm gonna give it. She got tabs on her computer.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna give you the trailer. I'm actually gonna look at this trailer quietly because my audio got taken. Cautious. So here you go, Josh, and then you tell me what you feel, because you got sound on your nice beautiful
my trailer
headphones. I don't. I tell you, if this is Ash hat looks horrible. I'm sorry, this hat looks terrible.
Oh,
I gave you the link, by the way. It looked like the same old story they had the first time.
Aww.
Except it's beautiful.
You're
Bird, though.
terrible.
It looks like Ash and Pikachu and nobody else. Because there's nobody. Where's Misty, that gingerbread girl?
I told you Misty and Brock aren't going to be in it.
There's no
Ho
Brock,
ho!
aka Seto
I
Kaiba.
told you.
How the hell you do this? It's just wait, hold up. You're telling me thing that is in this movie, they took out the two guys who keep me from not hating this character, and you just give me Ash Ketchum with the who was that? No, who was that just now?
I don't know the new characters. Don't ask me.
No, somebody said something on the. That must be your side, because I'm like, what the hell just happened? I got no audio on my. Okay. Turn this off. Okay, now.
I mean, dude,
Oh,
just watch the trailer like it's like a romance, and that works so well. Because it's just Pikachu and Ash, and they see this rainbow. I'm just saying it
And
works.
then hello.
Where's Misty? Where's Brock? Seto Kaiba. I say that because the same guy who did the voice for Brock also did the same voice of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character, Seto Kaiba. Just a little tidbit right there. But where are these characters? Are you telling me it's just focusing on these two alone?
No, like I said earlier, just rehashing what I said earlier. It's basically restarting the start. It's basically retelling the start of Ash's journey, but it's going to have a lot of elements with the newer Pokemon and newer companions. Hence, why there's some changes. As with Ash having a Ho-Oh feather, which he did not in the original. He did not have a Ho-Oh feather, which was the rainbow bird.
Okay.
But like,
I understand that part. I understand that part, but here's the thing. And Josh seen this trailer, so she knows I'm not lying here. He looks the same.
Yeah.
There's really nothing except for that dumb hat he got on his head.
I don't care about the hats.
I do, man, because he had a hat that just. I forgot the look. I gotta look at it look it up, but it's a hat that just drove me insane. I'm like, go, dude. I'm like looking at this. First of all, it may be a long time since I've seen Pokemon the first episode, but I've seen the first episode. I remember how they met. I remember how Brock got a crush on a nurse that just travels with him, because every time they go to these towns, they're all the same thing.
Well, they're Nurse Troys. They all are supposed to look the same.
Okay, so
for some reason.
And I think how he met Misty was he stole his bike, and he owed her money, so she started following around. So you're telling me this takes place before all that started happening?
No, this is an alternate version.
Oh,
like
goody.
An alternate universe.
All right, well.
That's what I'm calling it anyway. I think actually that's what.
It's an AU fanfic of the original TV series.
Yes. With all the new stuff put in.
If you want my opinion, we're doing a trailer review. I will say this about the trailer. The animation, Japanese animation, is beautiful. There are some scenes in it is absolutely gorgeous. Pikachu, okay, he looks like Pikachu. Same size, overweight, mouse that want to be a bunny. I don't know what he is, so
you're not wrong.
I'm just gonna.
He's probably based on the actual real living Pika.
Okay, that's even scary that you say real living Pika. So you gotta send me some information about this, and then I'll look it up myself, because you just said real living Pika. So what is it?
A Pika.
What is it? What is it?
It is a little desert dwelling mouse, basically, or a little desert dwelling rodent. No tail, but it does look a lot like it, and it's literally just called Pika.
So bad for that little rodent. All right.
And he feels very sorry for you too.
All right, so I will say this: the animation. I didn't hear the voices, so I don't know how the voice is going to look at. But I do know. Here's the summary. I'm not even gonna go there. It says He's in a world inhabited by mysterious and powerful creatures called pocket monsters. So at least that's it. Based 10-year-old trainer named Ash Ketchum, named after a condiment. That's a damn shame.
I don't know. After you name your kid something like Ketchum in the Pokemon universe, he's going to have to be a trainer. I mean, there's no other use for the last name.
That was the whole point.
I know. It's just like, it's like in a anime. I wonder if this crazy-haired character is the main lead.
I wonder.
That's what his last name sounds.
Yep.
I'm just kind of curious because I'm looking at the names here. Ash Ketchum is also known as Satora.
Satoshi.
Thank you for correcting my Japanese terrible broken language. Pikachu, just Pikachu. I don't. Professor Samuel Oaks. He's never going to leave this show. He's going to be there the day he died. Professor Yakura Oto. Narrator. Nice to know. We got Jesse, known as Mashua. You're not correcting me on this one, ain't you? Musashi. I do not speak Japanese, so do bear with me.
Musashi? Hang on. Let me get the page up so I can read along with you. Where are you? Are you on the wiki?
Yeah, I'm on the wiki.
Are you on the wiki?
Yep, I am on the wiki.
Hang on. I have it in my history somewhere. Here it is. Let me load it up because my internet's slow as hell.
Why is this too for some reason?
Okay, so there's Ash Ketchum Satoshi, Professor Jesse is Musashi, James is Kojiro, Meowth is Meowth,
Meow?
Nurse Joy.
Oh, wait, Meow's in this one? So we got Team Rocket here, or just Meow?
Rocket, yay!
Yeah, it's adorable.
There's no Team Rocket cast here.
And Giovanni is Sakaki.
So they got Jesse and James, Meow, but no Misty and Brock. That is amazing. They just said, you know what the hell? Okay, it says here some older fans that this haven't came out in the U.S. yet. Some older fans of the anime expressed negative criticism over the film on social media due to exclusion of Misty and Brock.
Oh, there you go, Shocker Lee. You're not alone.
They had that with the trailer as well.
They basically, here's the funny thing, it says here, they favor two new companions, with one saying it's almost like Brock and Misty never existed. As the show at the first screening of the 1917 Japanese Explorer, most of the main characters in the first 6 series were legated to cameos. Wow.
Oh, God.
Which also caused some criticism. It does have mostly positive reviews, so I understand, but yeah, you can't listen. I'm sorry, you can't just exclude your two main protagonists.
They'll be in the background somewhere. I seriously want to see Misty dragging Brock along by his ear in the background in at least one scene, because that's what I remember them for. Just being dragged along by his ear.
This is going to be interesting.
I have to see that.
Okay.
Now keep in mind, it's the movie version. Despite reviews mostly were positive, columns made review. It said the film also topped the Japanese record, earning first place, grossing more than 516 million yen. That is equivalent to $4.61 million in the first 2 days, beating Ginama Gitama on its premiere. The movie earned, I don't know what the heck is that?
That's 2.14.
What was that?
That's
19.
the yen symbol.
It did pretty good in Japan. I don't know how it's going to do in the United States or in the. It did dethrone Transformers. I say that's a positive. It dethroned that god awful Transformers Last Night movie. I'm happy for that. That's a shame that a Japanese film did that, but good for Michael Bay. I can't stand that movie. He didn't do anything. So there's some hope for you, but like I said, because when I saw the trailer, I was like, wait, no Misty, no Brock. I didn't even like them. I didn't even like those two characters, they grown on me. I was just kind of sad that that they keep an Ash a 10-year-old, and then they didn't do what the Avatar did, basically make a new character, you know. But that's just me. Maybe it will work out. You know, hopefully at least with this, but I don't know. Again, the thing about this that bothers me really truly, and it's not because of the movie. Really, it's more like the fact is, as a limited edition in the United States, and I don't know why.
It's like that
Especially
here as well. It was out. It was out for one showing yesterday morning at 11:15, and then it is, and then it has got its second showing tomorrow night. So I don't know why they have only had 2 showings, 1 per day. That just seems a bit stupid.
But from what I understand from some people who review Japanese anime, they said that Japanese animation films don't normally do well in the circuit because one, the dub is bad. Sometimes, like for instance, Yu-Gi-Oh has been notorious for pretty much cheesy dubbing, even though the series was darker than the actual 4Kids now 4K studios have turned out to be. And as a result of that, especially since did not do well in the box office. It didn't bomb, but it didn't perform well either. They haven't really gave a major release. Now, Pokemon is a different exception because for at least for 1 to 4, the Pokemon movies have done well in the U.S. They actually had made their money back, even though despite some not so good reviews, they did well box office wise, and people did see it. So I'm kind of surprised this one, which seemed to be a relaunch, would actually get limited releases, especially since in the U.S. and even in the U.K., obviously, the games are still selling like hotcakes. People still have in their mind Pokemon. Even this newer generation growing up, they know what Pokemon is. It's being shown on YouTube and being parodied by the channels. So it's right up there with Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Gundam. So I don't know why it's not given that kind of release. It'd be a perfect time to reintroduce audience to this character if that was they're going to go with it. So I'm a little disappointed that they got limited releases, but Japan loves their Pokemon, so that obviously I think that's pretty much good enough for them. If they make a little money there and there, I think they'd be happy as well. But you're looking forward to seeing this movie, so
yes.
Just and what time
you how it is.
Mm-hmm. And you will be giving us a review when you come back next week, are you?
Yes, I will. I will store it in my brain, and I will write down everything that I did and didn't like about it.
Yeah, because that way we'll get a review, and we do a 4-star system, so it's an old snatching system. So you give the people your own tidbit. I'm gonna try and find this movie. Eventually, I will see it because I'm actually curious. You got me curious. I did not know there was 20 films. I ain't gonna watch all 20 of them. 3 was enough for me.
on DVD. If you want me to Skype them to you, I have most of them on DVD.
All right, well, we'll talk about it. But like I said, I seen 3. I actually thought 3 was the better of the 2 films because I like Charmander and that dragon who did not want to listen to
Charizard.
Ash and Charizard. I love that character. That's when he actually worked together as a team. When they in that third movie, that was the highlight of that whole entire film. See, I watched Pokemon until they changed his outfit. So, that's why I stopped. When they changed his outfit, I said that's enough. I gotta stop.
I don't blame you at all.
Oh, from what I understand, people hated that show, Pokemon Advance.
The theme song.
People hated that TV show.
But I've never seen the actual episodes. I've only seen the movie, which I believe is Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. That's like all I've seen about it, and I'm just kind of here like, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna watch the show. I adore the movie, but I don't think the show's gonna be as good.
Yeah, well, the show didn't do too well. Don't worry, it ain't coming back.
Okay.
That canceled the show. The show got canceled after that. There was no other Pokemon. We had 7 Yu-Gi-Oh shows before we had another Pokemon show.
That's a
So
bit weird because I remember getting up on Saturdays just to watch Black and White series.
it probably
So
came in
I
your
don't
region,
know how it
though.
was cancelled.
Well, in your region, it's probably different. We don't like I said, we get stuff either later than you guys or earlier than you guys. Like James Bond, people get mad when it's in the UK, but that's a UK film. Why are you getting
Yeah.
mad? It's coming out in the UK first before we get it. It makes sense.
Duh.
But we're Americans and entitled jackasses.
Yeah, and that's
Put
that's
yourself
bothering me.
down
Like,
like
why?
that.
That's what I said. You don't want to. And I said, if you don't want to be spoiled by the film, just stay off the internet.
Yeah.
When the film come out, you watch it. I don't. When is Star Wars coming out in your country? Because I think it's coming. I think you guys getting it first before we are.
Which
I'm pretty sure you guys getting it first.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with Star Wars.
How dare
I'm gonna
you.
find out because I'm pretty sure you guys getting it first before. But I mean,
Because-
your cast of stars is UK.
Yeah,
There's not one American
if the
star in that
UK
film.
gets Star Wars first, I'm going to visit you, Kat, because I'm your friend. Totally, not just to see Star Wars. Totally not that.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. You can come and
People
stay
make it-
over at my house, yeah.
I'm making furious about that. Let me find out if you guys are getting it.
I don't
They
know
actually got the
getting
book
it in
out.
December, if anything, because we tend to get our Star Wars films in December now, apparently.
Yeah, we,
Posted though. They got of Luke in the center, Ray and Kylo Ren, and all the other supporting characters. It looks beautiful. It's coming out on December 15th. I don't know that's worldwide. It may be because I don't see any other country's name. It says it's going to be the final performance of Carrie Fisher, marketing, sequel. It's kind of funny. It said Star Wars Episode 9 is the final installment of the sequel trilogy. Is scheduled to release on December 20th. Prior to the death of December 16th, Carrie Fisher has been expected to appear in this film, though the family granted the rights to use recent footage of Fisher on the films. President Fisher will not appear in the film. The Lucasfilm will have not directly guaranteed the new footage on her. Principal photography of Star Wars episodes is set to begin on January 2018. So they're going to start right away. On September 5th, 2017, Lucas announced that Trevor has stepped down as director, the same guy who made the Book of David. He made a film that is just, I was kind of surprised. J.J. Abrams will return for direct episode 10 and co-write it with Chris Terrio. I haven't touched on that a little bit here, but that director have fallen out of favor with Disney for one being hard to work with, and two making a film, a family film about a person, about methods of how to kill a person with a serious crime. I'm not going to mention it here, but you get the picture. And that was a family film. Yeah, nothing family about that kind of that subject. Just keep that in mind. But nevertheless, I forgot. It's called the Book of something. Josh, you probably know what I'm talking about.
the book. Can you repeat the synopsis again?
No, you don't. It's called the Book of. It's a book. I don't know if it's David or something. It's a ghostly child giving advice to a mother who has living next door with a person with a criminal past.
But I don't fucking know. Bag of Bones? I don't know.
Yeah, it was talking about. No, Book of John or something. Let me just look this up because it's gonna drive me nuts.
I don't know. I've never heard of it. Stop thinking I know
way off
things.
Pokemon. We've gone way off the Pokeball, the Poketrack.
Well, we're gonna go right back on. I just want to just get the.
Okay. While you do
I
that,
just
I'm
wanna-
gonna play.
Let's see. I just want to see if I'm just gonna get this guy's name here because he stepped down. There's been a shakeup in Disney. We will talk a little bit on the second half of our show, which is going to begin in another 15 minutes. Just want to get this guy's name. Maybe it popped up. Here he is. Television host. So I think he ain't a cyclist. Let me see if that's him, because I don't. Comedian, director, no, I'm not. I'll forget it. Don't worry about it. Let's go back to Pokemon.
No, come on. We've started on this journey. We need to solve it.
Well, so far it seemed like it's going to be a worldwide event. So December is going to be a Star Wars. So and I'm kind of happy that they kept Star Wars the way it was supposed to be when it came out in the 70s. Holiday film. Give me something to work with. Because it's going to be Academy Awards all over the place. But Pokemon? Okay. Give me 5 terrible...
Oh, God,
You two, give me 5 terrible episodes that you saw on the Pokemon series. 5. No 10, just 5. No, give me 3.
5 what, sorry?
5 bad Pokemon episodes.
Oh, God.
Keep in mind, they made a whole bunch of them.
Show for about a decade.
I don't.
Crap.
I never really watched the TV series, so I can remain silent.
Okay, give me 5 worst games that you played in the Pokemon series. I already know Moon is one of them.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Moon! Excuse me, blimey. White. Hang on, let me look at the list of games and see what games I have actually played. Okay, I don't know. That's the trading card to go back up. Are we including the spin-off games?
Every one of them.
Okay.
Every one of them. I can tell you right now, one of my worst ones that I didn't even want to play after seeing it was Pokemon Snap.
Oh, I love Pokemon Snap.
Good, you're the only one.
That in the Moon demo was what won me back, having a Snap feature, and I've only used it once. I'm so upset.
Yeah, in Pokemon Moon, you can little areas.
Yeah, we got to use Snap feature only in selected little areas where it tells you that you can use the camera function. Oh, fuck off.
At least it's there. Just spent about 2 hours doing the Snap.
I just want Snap.
Oh God, I think it's her crack.
Crap, what games have I played? I actually can't see all that many games that I've played on this list. Pokemon Dash. Pokemon fucking Dash on the DS.
What sucked about that?
I think I pretty much broken my DS's touchscreen with that. Did you just from how hard and fast I have to swipe on the screen to be able to get the flipping Pikachu to run. I think that pretty much just broke it.
Oh God.
I actually, that I think would, well, you wanted 3, that's 3 of them, because I can't see any others that I disliked that I actually played. So that's,
okay, Josh.
those 3 are going to be my final answer.
Josh,
Pokemon Moon, Pokemon White, and Pokemon Dash.
Pokemon. Yeah, myself, growing up, I did not have a handheld of my own because I did not regularly exist in my household, but that's a totally different story. And so I did not have. Whenever I wanted to play Pokemon, I would have to borrow some time from my half brother or my half sister. So yeah. And when we visited some relatives that used to live in Florida, now former relatives for me, because my mom and her second husband luckily divorced, and whenever we went over there, there was an actual console, and so I played Pokemon Stadium. I mean, I would not even try to make the moves make sense. I would just press a random button and see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun, and then so the only Pokemon games I've played is Pokemon Go, Pokemon Stadium, Heart Gold, White version 2, and Moon. So I have not really played enough to have a hate list that I loathe.
May I add Go to that hate list? Simply because if you do not live where there is signal, you can't fucking play it, and it's just inaccessible to people like me.
Mm-hmm. You just have that hatred for it. All right, I'm gonna say it right now, Pokemon Snap. I tell you why I didn't like Pokemon Snap. To me, it was just a gimmick game. It didn't really give me anything new. I played it one time and I said, "Here, you guys have. Yeah, I give it to my goddaughter. Here, have fun. I can't deal with it. You guys have fun with it."
It's Pokemon in 3D. It's amazing.
Yeah, but other than that, you're taking pictures. That's it. It's a picture game program. That's what it is. It's disguised as a Pokemon. I'm gonna go. I know people are gonna hate my guts if I say it. I have to say the original Pokemon game, the very first, and I don't even know what color it was. It probably was like white, Pokemon Gray, or Pokemon Green, whatever it was. It was the first one.
Was it red?
Blue or yellow?
Oh, blue or yellow. I thought red was the first. Okay.
It was just like, okay, this is the Game Boy game, probably the last Game Boy game I played, and it's like, really? This is it? This is the big deal? But it was popular. It beat the other Pocket Monster game that everybody seemed to forgot about. It will be least on my list because and I don't know if you guys have had this game where you had like a keychain looking pocket thing and you connect it with somebody else's keychain. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what they call it in the US, but but that's to me. To me, I thought that was a ripoff of that. Apparently, this actually became more popular, and for what I understand, I think this came out. The concept is pretty much similar, but I may be wrong. This is where I'm going to have to look at 101 Facts, ladies and gentlemen. Good show, But that's what I thought about. I was like, wow, this is all right. So I'm going to the garden. That's why I got Zelda for. Why I'm going to do this with catching monsters? I'm not gonna damn well have any attachment to it. Plus, I thought it was gimmicky. You have to have 3 games to play one game. Really? 3 games to play one game. All right, whatever. But the one I think Go is the most. Go is probably the worst of the 3 for one reason and one reason only. You just hit it right where you said it. And I'm glad you brought it to the list because I said, yeah, Go makes this list because, again, if you can't get every Pokemon everywhere. I mean, there are just certain things that kept repeating itself. You have to have a certain signal, and it became too dangerous. It's bad enough that people are distracted with their cell phone. Now you're going to have them trying to catch Pokemons, not paying attention to the road, knocking on strangers' doors, going and abandoning their car to go to a park looking for Pokemon, just doing stupid stuff over a cell phone app that wasn't even that great to begin with.
I mean, it's
just
that I liked getting out of the house and such, but the insane shit that people did for the game was like, it's a game on the app. It's cool because for a little bit you can imagine you're a Pokemon trainer, and if I actually had friends, I could go around and pretend to go on little journeys. But it's
Can I come over? And we'll go
yes, please. Together. I need friends to come over.
Great, get me an American phone.
Yeah.
I will pay for my own credit.
Okay, good, because I have no money to pay for stuff I need. Like, I can't easily buy another laptop.
We're all broke. Don't worry. We're in good company.
Hey, Hey, how much money do you have? I think we have about 2 cents among the three of us.
I think last time I checked, I had 37p.
Pounds. For everyone non-UKers.
Pence.
You know what
P
I
is
found out?
pence.
Okay, I need to ask you since you're here, Kat.
Oh God.
Is it true you
Run.
guys don't have a £1 bill? Is that true?
Can you run that by me again, please?
Do you have a
Sure,
£1 bill?
No, we just have them in coins, as far as I know.
Oh, okay. Because I saw 101 facts and it said that you guys don't like the Scottish Mint has like a £1 bill, but other than that there is no such thing as a £1 bill. They have Titans and something else he said that only the bank use, but they said that the Queen's facial recognition from the pounds, the notes changes every so often. I'm just kind of curious about that one.
That's news to me. That sounds terrifying. Is she a time lady?
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
You're scaring the British person, Jocker.
Look, I'm just saying what they're saying that you guys had a protest because of one of the bills wasn't the way it's supposed to be. Like there was
I know
some.
that our fivers, our £5 notes and our £10 notes have changed to weird plastic notes, but that's the only change apart from the £1 coins also having a small change. That's all that I know about our changes to our monetary system. Is monetary
And they're
even a
still
word?
using, the banks, not the central government, right? Banks still gives the notes.
I think so. I'm going to say yes at a guess.
Oh,
You
Wow.
can't see the facial expressions I'm making right now. I just got my eyebrows
We're
up.
sort
What
of
the hell?
happy for that because I just imagine it twisting and turning into a demon-like expression.
Well, I might be an android.
Oh,
You never
Lord.
know.
You're
All right,
right. We
guys.
don't know. Get the holy water, Jockerly. Gotta be safe.
It is 8:24 U.S. time, Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna do a little um, blockbuster results here. This is U.S. only. Like I said, I would love to get the international, but for some reason they don't want to give it to me. Damn you,
Thank you.
Movie Mojo.
Damn you, Skynet.
Okay, so here's the deal here. We're going to talk about the films that did well and the film that didn't do so well. There were 1, 2, 3 releases. 1, 2 out of the 3 new releases, or maybe some more. Or there's plenty of releases that came out, but only 2 made the top 5 lists. You already know what that ones are. So without wasting any time this week, let's talk about the films that made the cut in the top 5. Number 5 is Gruestorm, Warner Brothers film. I'm going to say it again, and for correctional reasons, I'm going to give I almost call you John Lee, Josh again.
I'm Jockerly. Yeah.
I'm going to give you guys the link, so you guys can follow along with me. Number 5 is I'm hope I'm saying it's right. Geostorm.
Geostorm. Oh, good. I was not really. It wasn't something I could, connecting in my mind. But then, like, oh yeah, that Gerard Butler movie that's coming out.
Yes, it made $3 million this week. A total of $28 million. A budget of $120 million.
Okay, yeah, that is not. That's better than I thought it'd be doing. I thought it would get like $0, but
I don't know what this movie is about, but the fact
okay, Geostorm. So, Doug, in the future, whenever the fuck it takes place, because I don't give a shit, they've created this system where they can control the weather to, help with keeping away natural disasters. And someone hacks into it. And starts attacking the world with, the weather.
Okay,
and I guess I have not really looked at it that much, but from the trailers, it looks like Gerard Butler is there to save the day.
Well, you didn't save this movie from sinking. This film did terrible. 3 weeks only made $28 million at a $120 million budget. Oh man, Kat, did you heard about this movie?
I have heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay, good.
It's playing in 2,000 theaters still, which I'm like, why bother? This film ain't making his money back. Oh
the
my God!
need somewhere. Well, the theater employees need somewhere to sneak a nap.
Oh Jesus! Now, Kat, I want you to tell you right now: do not watch this film. Just don't just save yourself the pain and agony.
What film?
Boo 2. Tyler Perry's Boo 2: A Medea's Halloween. The worst Medea film ever. This is horrible. It's the same film as the first one. Out of all the sequels you could have made of your own property, you may decide to do this terrible piece of garbage. It's made $42 million total. It made $4.6 million. It cost them $25 million, and I don't even know how they got that. I don't even know how it cost $25 million. So it made its money back. It almost doubled its budget. But this is a shame. This is a sad movie. This is no excuse for that film. Kat, I know you didn't heard about Medea. See, she's quiet. She knows.
It's quiet. Come on, Mouse.
Hey, yes, hello. I'm still listening. I will avoid it at all costs.
Okay. Number 3, Jigsaw or Saw 8. For those who don't know.
Yeah, first tell how it did, and I watched the few YouTube videos on the Saw series in general, and then a little spoilery talk about the movie. So,
well, this film made $6.7 million. It had a huge humongous drop, 59% drop for a film that only been out 2 weeks. Yeah, it dropped bad, but it still made its money. I mean, it made $28 million out of a $10 million budget, so it did underperform, but it didn't like they spent a lot of money on this film. And let's be honest, it from what I have been seeing with the trailer, it looked like it was cheap. It looked like they spent most of the budget on the gadget and nothing else. It didn't look like a really well-directed film, but that's just me.
Okay, for people who don't want to be spoiled, just cover your ears. But it's basically, in the last Final Destination movie, there was a twist of it being a prequel. Well, the Jigsaw also does that of being. There's actually 2 timelines going on, one in the present and one in the past. So it's part of it's a prequel. Part of it's like surprise, it's a prequel.
And nothing surprising. I mean, it's nothing surprising about it. But
I know, but still, like Final Destination, it was like the last Final Destination movie did this, like it was just a continuation of the series, and then the twist was that our heroes die in the plane crash from the first film.
But you know what? That was a better film than this.
I haven't seen Jigsaw, and I haven't really kept. Okay, before I say, I know the comment will be, "Don't worry, don't bother," but I've only seen the first 3 films, and so I haven't yet seen the other ones.
And quote to Honest Trailer, and Oswald said it best: if you've seen one, you've seen them all.
I know. I was saying don't bother because I knew every time I bring that up to people, like I sort of want to see the rest of the series, I always get don't bother. That's the same sort of general consensus, and that's what I was trying to say. You don't have to tell me. I've heard that. Sometimes not to me. Sometimes I'm watching a video about something. It's like, don't bother.
All right. There's 2 more films that I'll talk about. One film I'm actually wanting to hear because I'm hearing stories, and I'm kind of wondering what your take on it. You too, Kat, because I know you heard it too. Bad Moms Christmas or Christmas movies already coming out. Made $17 million in his first week. their budget is like it made gross 21, so obviously they had a special screening opening. It only cost them $28 million. I saw the poster. I don't know what to think of this movie because I haven't seen it, but I'm kind of surprised that they're already bringing out Christmas films this early in the game. What's your take on this? Have you seen a trailer for this movie? Thank you for telling me. And let's go to number one.
Okay, Kat, I was eating and I was hoping you'd answer first.
She's not getting this film in her home. I think she'll be back. She'll be back. I think she'll be back.
Here. Come back here.
Yes, I have seen the trailer. I am not impressed. It does not seem like my cup of tea. Let's put it that way.
I don't even bother asking that one.
Yeah, but yeah, I could definitely tell it was probably not something Kat would like because there's definitely sexual overtones there, and yeah, Kat doesn't do the sexy sex. So yeah, something that
every other American film, I don't understand. If they could just make things more ace friendly, I would probably see a lot more movies. But I will shut up now.
No, don't shut up.
Right. I mean, there are sometimes you're not wrong in what you're saying. But I mean, but again, they're looking at a approach at what sells films, what brings the audience in the seats, particularly male audience.
I don't understand it. How does it work so well?
It depends. It goes with the time period.
The thing is that you're not, you don't.
I'm not in tune with that.
No, you don't get aroused. So something that people will see because they're aroused isn't something you'll get into.
Josh, we don't need to go that deep. I mean, we don't need to know that
okay. Kat's on this podcast, so I will not go with that innuendo. I could.
You just went out and said it. She just went out and said. I mean, we don't need to go that deep. Come on.
No, it's just that.
I didn't even say it as an innuendo until you said it. That's how innocent I am.
Yeah, that's what.
You twit.
Oh. What's the difference between a twit and a twat?
A twit is a silly person, twat's just ruder.
Okay.
Well, twat is just ruder.
Okay.
So,
but I've seen the first Bad Moms, at least part of it, and I enjoy Mila Kunis.
Is it a sequel?
No, the Bad Moms, the first movie. Bad Moms Christmas is a sequel to Bad Moms.
Oh.
I didn't even know it was the first one.
God!
What?
Okay,
I honestly didn't know it was the first one.
Okay, I guess me and Revs both like Mila Kunis, so I guess that's why we definitely knew about the first one.
I like Kristen Chenoweth because she was in Wicked. That was the only name I recognized out of the whole thing. It's Glinda. Hi, Glinda.
But yeah, the first movie revolved around a mom who's dealing with, I guess, being a single mom, taking care of a kid. I think maybe having problems with her ex and.
Oh, now I know it. So now I know what you're talking about. That came out with the same time as Bad Teachers, right?
I don't know. Bad Teacher was saying.
Okay, well.
No, I don't think it
number one.
Came in after. Sorry. I'm sorry, Kat. We're just devolving again.
No, it's okay. I'm not.
Number one.
I'm too busy playing Pokemon.
Damn, my battery betrayed me.
And she just can't wait for them all too. Number one on this list, Rock. Released through Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, Ragnarok. Yeah.
I want to fucking see that.
Released through Burner Vision's. Well, made $121 million.
What did you say?
I want to go and see it.
I'll go with you.
Yay!
Now, I do not know that this is pegged to be the last Thor film. I don't see any new Thor films on their schedule. We are actually all reaching the end of the Marvel Universe as we know it, leading to the Infinity Wars. But it did made $121 million. It is only cost them $180. So they're just basically they're cruising right now. They're gonna make their money back. Unless they have a big drop off. But judging from the films that's being released, they don't seem like they're gonna go back anytime soon. Stay with me. Um,
You can't tell me what to do.
all right, so these are the top 5 films. I'm gonna talk about the other film that came out this week. Also, not this week, but other films that is out there. Blade Runner, obviously now is considered to be a flop, which is sad.
It
But
was
actually,
a fucking awesome movie. It's a long
Is
movie.
that the remake?
No, it's a
Yes.
sequel. It's a
sequel
sequel.
2029.
It keeps up the visual style, the music. It just feels it's like one of the rare films that comes out way after the original that is like just comparable to the original. It is, but it's a long movie, and it feels long, but you don't mind it long.
Because it's good.
Yes, it is fucking awesome. I was sort of hesitant at first because I'm not a big Ryan Gosling fan, and the first time I saw him in the trailer, I was like, I'm going to wait to see the trailer some other time. I don't know, he tends to have this too pretty boy feel, but he did an excellent job in the movie, and there was excellent special effects. Drax is actually in it in the beginning, without the makeup.
Okay, so we got a couple more other films have been released. I'll just put it that way because LBJ, I never heard of this film. This was released this week for 659 theaters. We have Lady Bird, also released from A24 Studios. I don't know why. They only been out 4 theaters. My Friends, Dishonor, Last Flag Flying, Blade of the Immortals. 30 theaters on that one. Wait for Your Laugh. Another film came out, Gilbert.
Wait for your laugh.
Bad Grandma. Bad Grandmas. So obviously it's
God.
GRANDMAS. Don't know what it means. And we also have films that are still currently in theaters, like Happy Death Day. Thank you for your service.
Happy Death Day.
Only the Brave.
Yeah, I would have actually seen Happy Death. I would have seen Happy Death Day the day it came out if it was made for TV, because it seemed interesting enough to me, but I'm not going to go to theater and pay for it there. I'm like,
well,
so I
how much
looked
this
up
movie
the
made.
spoilers. I looked up the spoilers for it, so I know all that happened. I'm not going to spoil it for you, especially since Kat wants to see it, but I was just like, that's how little I didn't want to see it in theaters, but I couldn't wait to see the twists.
Well, here's the funny thing. There may be a sequel because it's a mega hit.
Oh, God.
You know that.
Yeah, it basically ends with, well, it ends in a way that I don't see really how there could be a sequel unless it takes...
Well, guess how much it makes. Guess how much the money
I
made.
know, but I'm just saying they're going to have to pull something out of their asses for this one.
Make an alternate timeline.
Alternate, yeah, I think...
Don't do that. Don't do that, because the last one they did that was Donnie Darko. You ever heard of that film?
Oh, Donnie Darko's awesome.
They made a sequel to that movie.
Oh, fuck, really? What the hell? What was it called?
Yeah, it had to do with his sister. I can't remember.
She remembered enough.
Donnie Darko sequel. Fuck.
I'm pretty sure it has to do with his sister.
Darko sequel, IMDb. Hang on, I guess I'm... Fuck. Okay. There's S. Darko, 2009. Yeah, Donnie Darko's little... Okay, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Donnie Darko's little sister, Samantha Darko, and her best friend Corey are on a country cross road trip. They find themselves entangled in a dangerous glitch in the time-space continuum. I know. Wait, let's see. Okay, goddamn.
I want to watch this film now just so I can lull myself.
You should not have told me that there was a fucking sequel, because you know when I hear something's bad for me, a bad movie or a bad book, I'm what?
We can watch it on Skype together and then both react.
Oh God, yeah. This is the problem with telling me something's bad and you'll hate it. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to. Of course, it's going to be bad. This is stupid. I'm going to not enjoying my time. Okay, let's watch this.
Let's torture ourselves. We're masochists.
Look, don't kid yourself. You're one of those people that watch My Little Pony when you get the chance. And by the
I'm
way, the
not gonna watch
movie
My
is
Little Pony.
5 weeks made 20 million. Anybody cares about it? So it is.
Ooh.
All right. So
I need to
goodbye,
one
Christopher
day
Robin.
figure out how to fool Revs into going to My Little Pony movie.
You know what's funny though? I don't. Oh, there you are. I was kind of curious about this film, and this film bombed.
What
Oh
film?
my god, this film bombed.
What film?
Oh no.
What film?
Oh my god,
What
this isn't
film?
that bad. Snowman.
Oh yeah, I actually
Oh.
watched a video explaining about it, and so the behind the scenes is actually really terrible. So
Oh no.
okay, so I'm just saying it's one of the probably the worst. It's just from how the person on YouTube described the books
Mhm.
is
There's books?
so basically the snowman
Book.
is the 7th in a series, and an important
God.
twist in the movie doesn't really make fucking sense if you haven't followed for 6 other entries. And then there's the
Exactly.
fact that a lot that important plot points were changed, and then for the actual filming of the film, once they got into post-production, they realized that they had not filmed a certain chunk of the movie, so they had to bullshit their way around stitching that together.
Oh,
Well, here's the thing. This film.
So
I see
I-
the poster. I'm
Yeah,
looking
so
at
it
the
was really fun. The YouTube person was like, I could sort of stand the movie when I saw it in theaters, but then I loathed it once I actually read up about it. So it
Well, here's
seems
the-
like the books are good, but if I guess this is if you like the books, probably avoid this entry because that's how the
Okay.
person described it.
Well, here's the thing. This film ain't gonna be no sequel to this film. They ain't gonna make any other books of this film. It's,
Yeah.
At least not in Universal, because this film only cost them $35 million to make. It's
Okay,
been
how
out in
much?
3 weeks. Guess how much money it made? Give me an estimate.
$5? $5.
It might as well. $6 million.
Oh god,
oh.
that was close.
That's a shame.
Good, yeah. And what's worse is that the author himself is actually hesitant to have his books adapted into film. So after, what they did with this adaptation, he's probably not going to really be willing to, for
You
good
know it's
reason.
bad when it jumped from. It's ranked number 18 right now. Despicable Me. Actually, it's ranked number. It was for 18 in the 3rd week. It's 32 now. Despicable Me is higher than this film, and this film been on 19 weeks.
Oh God.
How many times
And it
do the
made
kids
more-
want to see it?
And it made $1,000 this week. Snowman only made $200. And Despicable Me is only out of. And here's the sad part: Despicable Me only is in 194 theaters. The Snowman is in 521,
Oh,
and it only made $200. What's $292 in UK's currency? What's that equivalent to?
Let me ask Google. I'm sorry, my Game Boy hit the tablet. UK to US
That's funny to me.
Conversion. Right, what am I asking it?
$292 in UK currency. I think it's still the euro, right?
290 or 19. Was it?
Not 292.
$292 is £223.45.
God damn you two. Your laughs are
I'm just
creepy.
No, but it's funny because I'm looking at Despicable Me. I forgot was even in theaters. I'm thinking it's in DVD. It's in DVD right now. It's still in theaters making money.
Oh my god.
They got it on DVD and it's still in theaters, and it's made more money than some of the new releases that came out this week. That's the sad part about it. I'm like, these guys, and there's gonna be a Despicable Me 4, just on that account. And people hate this franchise for some reason. I think it's
Look
all
at
right.
the fucking
And Minions.
minions.
But Snowman, you're losing to Minions. That's a shame. You couldn't even get that right. I've seen Jeremy Jones' review, and I've seen everybody's review. They did not. There was no good reviews in this movie. You know you're bad when My Little Pony's making more money than you. My Little Pony made $800.
Oh.
You got
Now, how much is 800? Hang on, give me a sec. 800 is only 612 and 2p here. What the fuck? Well, okay then.
Language, God.
I've been
Alright,
swearing
that's
this
the part.
entire time. How have you not noticed?
I just now decided to bring it up.
And that is the box office that we want to talk about. I'm still can't really get over that. When I heard about the Snowman movie, I saw the poster. I said, "Wow, this is They didn't even try with the poster. This poster name and attracting me to go to see this movie. Some cancellations have been announced. I'm kind of happy that this. I knew this show was going to get canceled. I'm just happy you don't see it on your Fox television network. I don't even know you even have Fox on your network of Cat. But 24 Legacy's been announced that will not be coming back for another season. You can't make 24 without Jack Bauer. That's just not happening.
It happened.
Sorry.
Try making Pokemon without Ash.
I don't give a shit about Ash. All I care is about cute Pokemon and stuff. I don't. As I said, I like the games, and then I tend to hate when the plot rears its head. Like I was having a good game. What, Cat?
You know.
You don't even play as Ash in the game.
Okay, what did Cat say?
But you don't even play as Ash.
Did you say?
You
What
don't.
did you say, Cat?
I was saying.
She said, "You know what
I
you mean."
Because
You know
we're
what-
talking about TV shows,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be the Pokemon TV show if Ash wasn't in it. That's basically what I'm saying.
Pokemon Pikachu
Yeah,
can run
the
his own
version
show.
of
Where was
Yeah.
Pikachu before Ash? He can run his own damn show. I mean,
Yeah,
there was
You
he
know
has
what's
to
fun-
have one evolution before he became Pikachu, so we can have a cute little Pika, running around.
Okay.
Yeah. I volunteered to voice
All right.
Pikachu.
All I'm
Yes,
asking,
you're
have you seen the
voicing
Japanese
Pikachu,
version?
Catsy.
Enough of that gerbil. All right, look.
She's not a gerbil. She's a mouse.
That's what it is. It's a scary. It's an overweight rodent that has a problem with keeping his hands away from rugs. A metrical mouse. The best episode they ever showed was when Ash was going against Perfect Cell. That was the greatest parody I've ever seen in all the shows.
Okay.
That's the name of it.
Oh, Four Star, I love those guys. Yeah,
All right,
tell
so now, a little bit of movie mentioning. There's something new here. Films that are coming out not this year but next year. They're already been the list. Some update on Halloween. I found out something that is scaring me right now
Okay.
with Halloween.
we had clowns
apparently-
back over here.
Before it was Halloween. The new Halloween film is right after Halloween 2. The original Halloween 2. How long was that again? We're
About 30 years.
like that was in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
It also explains why Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back for this film, and it pretty much confirmed that they're not counting any of the other Halloween movies, but it is supposed to be the last one again. So there's your answer for how they're going to pull this Halloween off. There is one suspense film based on an actual haunting in San Jose, California that I'm actually looking forward to seeing because I've seen the history of it. I'm always fascinated by it. Winchester. Helen Mirren is supposed to play Sarah Winchester, the woman whose name bears the Great Winchester rifle. The house is.
I know this is okay. Before you continue, I just be aware while you're speaking about this, I'm going to have to keep on reminding myself you're not talking about Supernatural.
I don't know why you brought up Supernatural.
Because Winchester, that's the name of the two brothers.
The Winchester brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Oh,
show,
goody.
but I know that's
Oh
what
god,
their
so
names
yeah,
are.
you know, Sam and Dean Winchester and their father John and their mother Mary and their like
Nick-
half sibling Adam, who's forgotten after being left in
Would
hell.
that surprise you if that was where they got the name from? Because the Winchester Mansion is
Yeah,
haunted.
it doesn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Just carry on. Just know I'm going to be totally, confused for next week.
So, interesting fact here. There's Tom Cruise movie that's coming out, which I name escapes me. That's coming out. There's also we also start seeing posters for the Justice League film, which is directed by Josh Whedon, not Zack Snyder. There's also been some stories about the Justice League having to press the reset button, and not every film is going to be linked together, but all the films from this point on, right after Justice League, will be standalone films leading to the Justice League 2 film. I think that's a smart move. I think they should have done that earlier to flush out some of these characters, to flush out the story instead of rushing them through, which they did. I just hope they can redeem. They got a savior from Wonder Woman, which everybody said is the best out of the whole entire series.
So the other only DCU film I've seen was Suicide Squad. I've seen parts of the Superman movie and have seen none of Batman versus Superman. But I saw Wonder Woman finally, and it was a good film. It was definitely enjoyable. It definitely did not leave me with the bitter taste of Suicide Squad.
What about you, McCann? It was filmed in the UK, so I'm pretty sure you saw that film. It wasn't. Wonder Woman was not a US hero; it was a UK hero. So what's?
Oh,
I did not know that, but I have not seen it.
Well,
that's why
Wonder
you did not know
Woman,
that.
Gal Gadot was Israeli, I think. So, not.
I'm not talking about the actress.
Oh,
I'm just talking about the film and setting. I am upset that they kill off interest, but then again, it kind of makes sense considering she's
Captain
immortal
America.
and he's not.
Sorry.
Character.
I'm glad that I actually didn't hear the name, and I don't want to hear the name because I assume that's a spoiler.
Well,
The
you'll just see a
internet
love
cut out for that
interest.
exact amount of time. It was perfect. It just blanked it out for me.
I keep forgetting you. I apologize.
That's all right.
Okay, so there is some of that stuff going on. But we got one more talk about this, and this is serious, unfortunately, but I've got to bring this up. What is going on with some of the statements that have been going on about the racist comments about the Thor film? Did you heard anything about this?
Not yet. No, but
Nope.
please tell.
All right,
Please
so let
do.
me see if I can find. I gotta find. I just cut. No, I gotta find where I put it because I got so many tabs open. Oh, let me just see if I can find it. It was something that came to my attention. But right now, my feed is being overflown by what happened in Texas. So, and yeah, there was a tragedy that happened in Texas.
Oh God,
Right,
not another one.
Yeah, cut and
Yeah,
well,
amazing how you said that. Amazing you said that real quick. Another one.
That's how it feels nowadays with us,
yes,
doesn't it?
it does. It's like, oh, well, that happened. I guess it's another Monday. Fuck Mondays.
I hate Mondays.
Okay.
It's a very
Hitchhiker's
situation.
Guide to the Galaxy. One of the characters couldn't get the hang of Thursdays.
Oh,
All right, my thing is thinking slow because I got a lot of tabs open, so I'm going to see if I can cut some of these off. Because you two, Yahoo, I would think by Verizon, you got bought by Verizon, you'd be bought better of loading. I'm not getting any. It's still loading. All right, but basically, there's been some controversy beyond the thing. So let me just see if I can just do this because this is taking too long, and we don't have that much time left, and I wanted to make this be the last topic. if they let me.
If they
This,
let
they didn't let me do anything.
you.
Neighborhood
No.
arrested.
Do me and Josh need to
I'm gonna
stall for
get it.
time?
Stall for time. We
Quick,
can say anything.
Stall.
What is
Stop.
that?
Do the crossover.
Yeah, do it. Yeah, you do it. I didn't come up with the team.
Okay, here
You
it is.
did.
Did not impact huge box over the weekend for Thor Ragnarok. I'm gonna give you the link. That's why I want to ask you if you heard of it because it sounds too suspicious. I don't like clickbaiting. They didn't really have the time to.
I like whenever I see an article that seems clickbaity, I just look in the comments and people say, "Oh, it's just this. Don't waste your time." Sorry.
One sentence summary.
It's-
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Force welcome.
I'm an English major.
Oh, wait. A lot of tabs open. That's probably what's causing it.
Yeah, that's probably what's doing it, bro.
Shut all these tabs out. I don't need to see Starbucks on my line. Still waiting.
We're waiting.
5 years
Still waiting.
later. Maybe someday. You never know.
Okay, it says here. All right. Thor Ragnarok really had a silly John Hughes style flashback. That's nothing to do with what they were saying in the early time, but let me see what this says here. When Tatara was convinced, I'm gonna have to let you read it because
God, I don't like to read. Shit.
too bad. I'm linking it to you right now.
Yay! I have to do work.
Is that the link?
I see the link. I see your goddamn
See the link to get if you want to look at our U.S. thing. It had to do with the star. One of the actors in Thor Ragnarok, I think, is one of the main female protagonists.
Okay, come on, fucking go to that. Good bitch. Sorry. This is how I talk to my computer in private, which is probably why it's trying to malfunction. Talking.
Get me away from this monster!
When whoever can see, I'm sorry if I say the name, I will fucking get in trouble for mispronouncing it. And if I don't pronounce it, I'll get in trouble for that too. So I'm just not going to pronounce it. When Taika Waititi can see, I don't. Please, someone tell us how to actually pronounce it because I'm so sorry. Conceived Thor. Blah, blah, blah. Conceived Thor Ragnarok for Marvel. He had more than Flash Gordon in mind. Blah 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 blah. Talking. Waititi revealed how his Hughes influence, which included using some footage from his 80s films in his original pitch to Marvel, manifested itself in the film's production. And Waititi, I'm so sorry for mispronouncing it, and Waititi in return reveals this great flashback scene that didn't make the cut. Well, I wanted this little thing, and maybe if we ever do a Thor 4, we can have it, but I wanted to do some flashbacks where Thor was a kid, a fat little kid. There was like an 80s version of Asgard where everyone had massive shoulder pads and everyone had mullets. LOL. Our idea was Thor and Valkyrie meet and he's like, "Hey, I know you." And she's like, "Ha, I remember you." And then it cuts back to this thing and he's just this pudgy little kid walking around with a mullet and being picked on by other kids. And Loki's like this little emo goth hanging out by himself. He was like the kid in Harry Potter Malfoy. I would
like one way to describe him.
I'm just a writer on the internet, but I'm willing to declare this a really good idea. Imagining the Asgardian gods having awkward, gawky childhood is golden territory, and it is little Thor with a mullet. While it might be a little too silly for the MCU as it exists, I still earnestly want to see some version of this appear somehow. Fan creators, get on it. I want to see that now. Ultimately, though, the scene never came to any sort of fruition because the dramatic need for a flashback diminished. As Waititi, I'm so sorry. And so I just know that even though I'm giggling and laughing, I'm just like crying on the inside. As Watiti explains, and some liked Ragnarok spoilers here, the problem was we needed him to not know Valkyrie in the film and stuff. And then it became less and less of a thing to have a flashback. We would have been forcing it, so it would have been a situation where we would have been having a pointless flashback. Too bad, really. Maybe next film. Oh god, I want to see Thor with a mullet.
Okay. I don't know what this has to do with racism.
Oh, I think that was probably a different article, because that had nothing fucking to do with racism, except if you want to count my horrible mispronunciation of the name.
The only thing I can say about it is that when people think of mullet, guys who wear mullet, they think that these guys are part of the Aryan Nation / Nazis movement, which is not true. But other than that, it's a kind of a goofy story. And again, that's why I wanted to get your take on it, because you would have probably heard something about it.
No, I haven't really been keeping up with information about that.
Yeah, so anyway, I was just kind of surprised because when I saw the poster of Thor, I almost didn't recognize Thor being in the movie. I was like, oh, Thor, but where is he? That's Thor with a haircut? Kind of shocking, but okay, whatever.
Shocking. Got no hammer now. God of Thunder. Shocking. Huh?
Hammer now. So
hammer time.
So that's not even a spoiler. That was shown in the trailer. The hammer's destroyed. So
I know that was a shitty thing to actually show in the trailer, and one of the first trailers too. Because imagine how much more fucking impactful that would have been and seen in the movie, and then everyone would fucking piss their pants.
But you know what's funny though is when I saw the trailer, the more I saw it, I said, this is the Incredible Hulk Earth 1 or Earth 2. You know what I'm talking about? You know when Incredible Hulk got banished.
Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk. That's like Planet Hulk. I've seen the animated TV show, the movie about it. The animated movie is actually pretty good. I'm like, that's Planet Hulk. It's not even nothing less to do with Thor, unless they're teaming up. I know they fought each other before.
They do team up. In later trailers, they do show Bruce and Thor, working together, and they actually have Hulk talking.
Yeah, so I'm kind of. Cat's like, what? He talks?
Well, he's talked before, just never in the MCU.
Oh, okay, then ignore me then.
I know, but still, it is shocking if you don't know that he's talked before. You're like, what the fudge?
Ignore the uneducated Brit.
I'm the uneducated American.
You guys have Captain Britain. You should be happy.
Okay, good.
That's your version of Captain America. Instead of Captain America, you got Captain Britain.
Wait, is it a real thing?
Okay, little thing.
And you also got the Justice League, East, I believe they call them.
Ooh.
So you guys have a lot of. And now we come to the end of the show. It was actually kind of fun knowing that there's Pokemon geeks here.
Oh, good. Oh, Kat actually did. Kat, did you prepare the Pokemon teams or no? Because I
kind of sort of did. I do have a list with several Pokemon, so I'm going to say basically yes.
Okay, just run off of what you have.
Do you want to explain what's going on first?
No, I just don't want to explain. I want you to suddenly jump into it and him to take 5 minutes after it all ends to figure it out.
Okay, so my team for Jake would be Noctowl, Rhyhorn, Stunky, and a Spheal and a Beebell. My team for Rachel would be Sandshrew, Braviary, Ursaring, Crocodile, which is the one she obviously has the allergic reaction to, and Meowth and Wailord. Cassie would have Staraptor, Pachirisu, Stunky, and Caterpie evolving into Butterfree. Marco, the only one I could come up with was Staraptor. Tobias would be either Pidgeotto or Talonflame. I wasn't entirely sure because I was trying to find Red Tails, obviously.
Well, just go for the more emo of the two.
You know we got a timer, we got things to go here. So we get
Okay.
quick.
And Axe would have Sharpedo and Ekans is all I got.
Good.
And Visitor 3 will probably be all the legendaries, the big scary legendaries. That's what I put. Andalites would be Girafarig, Yerks would be Slugma, and Taxons would be Scolipede. I haven't got anything for the Horpusir yet. And that's basically all I have right now.
Just.
Why would you say that? That's what.
Planned this 2 weeks ago. Totally not.
All right, so discussion time before we go in. Guys, we're gonna be talking about something that's very interesting. Get your guys' fandom together, because if you guys read books, which I'm hoping you did, I want you to talk about some books that you can't wait to see put, or you wish to be put into the big screen.
Let's go decorate
doesn't-
Pleasant.
What?
It could be a book, a novel, a graphic novel, a comic book, even a children's book you read decades ago. It could be any of them. I'm not gonna do top 5, just 3. Only 3. That's all you need to do.
Animorphs will be all 3 of those for me.
Here's the rule, though.
You can do Animorphs.
Rule. This cannot be something that's already been made to a movie.
Oh, okay. Well, technically, Animorphs was never a movie. It was a TV series that we do not speak of.
Don't count.
It counts.
It has to be
The
something
TV
that was
show
never
doesn't
been
exist.
translated.
No,
It
it was
can't
not
be- it has to be
translated. It was
translated.
shit out, vomited, then killed.
You know what I mean. All right, so there's just 3. I already got my 3 rated for you. 3. It can, like I said, it doesn't have to be big screen. It could be television, even radio, which I think some of you guys don't. Because I don't know if you guys know this. Radio shows was the TV shows back in the day before television came into existence. And it's making a comeback because what do you think podcast is?
I have no
That's what it
clue.
is.
Plays. Yeah, audio plays.
Yes, audio plays or radio drama. So there's our assignment for the next show. Until then, guys, this is J77 saying thank you for joining us. Take care. Be safe. I will be doing a special video relating to the Texas shooting. That will be different. My heart goes out again. We are still getting information about this, but this is one of the reasons why I will say this. This is one of the reasons why we need to have a serious talk about these dangerous weapons that are out there and people doing this kind of stuff, because it's not going to stop. And I think that our politicians need to not listen to those who only wants to line their pockets when a tragedy like this happens. But I'll talk about that in another video. But until then, J77 saying take care, be safe. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
No.
Bye.
Bye.